Hello Eildon West, it's Roddy Graham here with your latest Inspire Q&A video. We are on to video 5 this week, and if you've missed any of the previous 4, you can find them on the YouTube channel by clicking the link below. There's going to be 3 more things that we're going to look at this week, so I'll tell you what's going to come up in the next little part of the video. So on today's Inspire menu, we have making use of GIFs for learning, we have scanning documents to create electronic copies, and a look at text-to-speech accessibility functions on the iPad as well. So I'll go into detail about all 3 of those topics in the course of the next 20 minutes or so. Our first topic today is GIFs for learning. The question is, I've seen there's an export function on Keynote where you can create animated GIFs. Is this something that could be used to enhance teaching? Well, as I'm sure you will know, GIFs have been really popular over the last few years, especially on social media, with cats and shocked celebrity faces doing the rounds. But GIFs, or as they're called, graphics interchange format, they are basically short animated pictures without sound, and it's a way that you can have an animation or a video within your file or to share with pupils. It doesn't have any sound and it's a very short thing. So I'm going to show you today 2 examples of where these might be used throughout your teaching practice. One of them is using knowledge organizers for some new vocabulary, and the other one is an animated digital certificate for pupils, and that's following on from last week's one. So we made some digital certificates last week, but this week I'm going to show you how we can do that in GIF format. So if you want to watch this next bit of the video, you'll find out all about GIFs for learning. So this is a wee video on how to put together GIFs using Keynote. You can see that I've got a knowledge organizer in front of me here. These have been quite popular over the last few years for introducing new vocabulary to pupils. So I've got my new word in the middle, which is rectangle, and then I've got definition, drawing, facts and misconceptions, which I'm going to build up. So you can see here in the slides, I start with the definition, then go into drawing, then facts, and then misconceptions. And you can see that it's just adding one new box each time as it goes on. Now, obviously, what you could do is this 5th and final slide, you could print that off, you could share it with pupils, you could show it on your smartboard, you can do whatever. But what we're going to do today is we're going to turn the 5 slides into a built-up GIF. Okay, so to do that, all we need to do is press on the 3-dot menu at the top and then press on Export. Now you can see that we've got PDF, PowerPoint, movie, images, Keynote theme, but the one that we're wanting to choose today is animated GIF. So we press on that, and then you're given different options. So you can go for a small size one, you can go for a medium one, a large, extra large. It doesn't really matter because the file size is so small anyways. So I'm just going to go for large. Slide range is important because if you only go 1:1, then it's just going to be a GIF of your first slide, and the first slide is just a photo, so it's just going to look like a photo. So you have to choose 1 to 5 because you're wanting all of the slides within this. Frame rate doesn't really matter because it's such a small thing. This though is where you can choose how quickly it moves between the slides. You can go as short as like 1/10 of a second, you can go right up to 1 second. I'm going to go with a full 1 second for this one, so it's going to make me a 5-second GIF that every second something new gets added to it, and it'll just play on loop because that's what GIFs do. So I'm going to press export. It doesn't take long to do because it's a very small file size. I'm going to press on share, and then I'm going to go save image. So what will happen here is if I now come out to my Photos app and I go into library, I can see that I now have my GIF created, and every second it goes on to the next part of it. So you can see definition, then drawing, then facts, then misconceptions. Now I realise that it is really quick and it's really difficult to read it all in one go, but what you can then do with this is if you come into a document, so let's just go into a Pages document here and choose a new one, onto a blank document. What you can do with this is you can add in your GIF using photo. Here it is here. And on this, you can actually play it like a clip. So if I press the play button, I've now got my definition and I can pause it there so that I can read that. I can then go into drawing and see what some drawings are. I can go into facts and then I can go into misconceptions. So I've got that there and I can put that onto a document. I can share that document with pupils and then they've got that the whole time. Okay, so it's a really quick and easy way for doing something like a knowledge organizer. There's other ways that you can do it too. It just basically builds up slide after slide after slide and you can see it there. What I'll do now is I'll show you how to use it for a digital certificate, a nice kind of way to share some success in your class with pupils. So in this one, I'm just going to show you a very quick way to make a very quick digital certificate using GIFs. So with this one, I've just chosen a new presentation. I think I chose bold color. And with this one, I'm going to go with the big fact one, which is 100%, just because the text is so big. I'm going to take off fact information. I'm actually going to delete this first slide as well. So I've just got this here. And all I'm going to do is change this text to say, well, on the first slide. On the second slide, I'm going to say done. I'm going to duplicate this one and say my class, who are primary 4. I'm then going to duplicate it again and say something like, you have, duplicate again, you have listened very well today. Okay, so we've got well done, primary 4, you have listened very well today, over some slides, okay? And then from there, all I'm going to do is press the 3 dots, press export, animated GIF. The settings are set up exactly as they were for the last one. If you want to change them, you can go quicker. I'll just do it on half a second this time to show you the speed and how it can change. Press export, press share, and save image. And then again, when I come into my photo app, there's my one from previously. Here's my new one. Oh, and I made a mistake there, didn't I? Because what I should have done, and this is something that often happens, is I didn't change the slide range. So I need to change that from 1 to 5 or 1 to 7 in this case even. Then export. And then share and save image. Okay, so there's the little misconception from this one. If you only do one slide, you just get the one slide in your GIF. There though is the new one. Well done, primary 4. You have listened very well today, and it just plays on loop. Now obviously you can make it more detailed, you can add other things in, you could add text, you could add other text, other images, you can do what you like, but that's just very basic, okay? What I would probably do next to enhance that, to improve it, would be each slide I would go with a different background colour just to mix things up a little, so that each time we get a new word, we also get a new colour. Okay, and therefore that way it makes it slightly more interesting for the class, and they're more inclined to have a wee look at it. Okay, so again, you can come in, you can change all these colours, and then again, export, animated GIF, make sure that the slide range is 1 to 7. Don't do what I did for the first example where it's just 1, or else you won't get in full. Press export, save that image, and then there you have it. Okay, so it's really, really simple. That is just the most basic way that you can do it. But if you want to add images on, if you want to add other photos or anything else you want, it's possible to do that in the way that you would on any Keynote slide. But this is just a way that you can very quickly get that done. Okay, but do remember, slide range 1 to 7 if you're wanting all of them. If you go with just one, it will only do the one of them. Next up this week is scanning documents. The question is, I'm keen to take more photos of pupils' work when we return to the classroom. Is there an app which can scan a piece of work to save me cropping a photo? Well, the good news is yes, and it is called Microsoft Lens. It's the app that you want to download from self-service. This app will allow you to take photos from your camera, and it'll convert them into documents, which can then be saved either as images or as PDF documents. These could be shared with other people in your school, parents, children, etc. Or they can be edited using markup, and it's a really useful tool for giving feedback without directly writing onto your pupil's work. So I'll guide you through how to get onto Microsoft Lens, how it could be used for your teaching as well, and some tips that you can do on the app. So for scanning documents, you want to download the file which is called Microsoft Lens. You can get that from the self-service store, and when you open it up, it automatically opens it up on the camera app, and you're given choices down this the right hand side, whiteboard, document, business card, photo. So if I just do photo, for example, if I wanted to take a photo of this book, which is Superworm, if I press that there, you just see the photo as so. Okay, now if you wanted to, you can crop it. You can do the cropping parts like so, as you do on any photo app, but you've got the photo like that. Okay. What it's also got though, which I really like, is this one called Document. And what you can do with Document is you can line up your camera with the document, and it frames roughly where the page is. Now this one's slightly off on there, but you can see that it's made it better on the main one. And you can bring that in yourself. You've got a little magnifying glass there, which shows the corners of the pages. So you can line that up perfectly. And then when you press confirm, and then you can look at the difference between, that's your photo that you took of the book previously, and this is your photo. Once I press off there, that's it as a document. And you can see it looks like pretty much a page, okay? It looks like it's not even been scanned. It just looks like an actual page. So then what you can do with it is a few things. You can do some filters. So you could have it looking like a document, whereby it turns the colour slightly different. One that I really like using is black and white. So if you're wanting people to colour in a page from a book, they've got that option that's there. And you can lighten it as well, okay? Or you can go with none. So what you can also do though, is if it was a pupil's work that you were taking a photo of, is you can go into ink, and then you can tap the little buttons at the side, and then you can say, right, say for example, you were highlighting the words in green that you think are really good. You can put some lines under them like so. So you can show your pupils exactly the bits that they like. And then you can maybe do red for some bits that they could improve, and write straight onto the document like so. Okay? Once you've done that, you can just press confirm at the bottom. If you want, you can add some little text as well. You can write things on it. You can say, for example, I really like your rhymes in this story. And then what's great is you can move that about on the page, I think. Oh, maybe not. I thought, oh yes, you can. There we go. Look, I knew you could. So you can move it about on the page to wherever you want it to go, and then you can leave it in that place. Okay, once you've done that, you can press done, and then it gives you some options for where you want to go with it. So if you want to save it to your photo library as a photo, you can. If you want to save it as a PDF or send to OneNote, OneDrive, you can choose all of those things. Okay, so if I go into PDF and then just do phone storage, it'll give me the option there. All I need to do now is press the three dots, is open it up, just tap it, and then I've got the photo followed by the document there, and then I can save that into my files. And it's as simple as that. So it saves it on my iPad. I can give it a name and call it Super Worm Example. You can call yours whatever you want for your own pupils, and then press save, and then it puts it into your files, just like so. And then from there you can mark up and you can share it in whichever way you want to. But it's a really, really useful app. Microsoft Lens. You just press done, and the next time that you go on, one thing that you do have to be careful on is that sometimes the photos are kept for the next time, but it's not done it here, so that's fine. Another good one for when we're back in school, or when I'm back in school at least, is whiteboard, because if you've got people writing on whiteboards, often when you take a photo of them, it doesn't come out very clearly, but this one, it captures it and it'll frame it as well on there, and it'll put a wee border around it so that you can line it up and then take a good high quality photo off the whiteboard. So it's a really good app to use. I use it quite a lot for assessment, for feedback as well, and it's something that I'm planning on using a lot more when I return. And our third and final topic this week is text-to-speech function. The question is, I have a few pupils who struggle with reading. Is there a way that I can use the iPad to speak the words to them? I'm assuming from the screen. I'm trying to give them more independent learning opportunities. So the iPad has a range of tools to make learning more accessible for people. And one of these functions is called spoken content. It can be found in the settings app, and you can use that so that pupils can highlight text on basically any app. And then it can read it aloud to them. What you can do within the settings is you can choose different voices and importantly the reading speed, so that you can meet the needs of your pupils in that. So what I'm going to do just now is show you how to find these functions within the settings app, and then I'll give you a few examples of where this can be used. So we'll have a look now at some text-to-speech functions within the iPad. To get those, you need to go into the settings app, and then down the left-hand side, you're looking for the one that says accessibility. From there, you want to press on spoken content, and I've got it turned on at the top already, the speak selection. So ensure that this one here is green, and that means that it's turned on, and that means that a speak button will appear when you highlight text, when you select text on your screen a button that says speak will come up, and then that will be spoken to you. What you can do before then though is you can change the voice that you want to use. So if we go into English, you can get some different voices in here for how you want to hear your text. The default one is Siri Male, but if you want to use some other ones, then you can. And you can use those and download them as you want. They are quite big files though, so you might want to just make sure you only have 1 or 2 downloaded so it doesn't waste too much space on your iPad. So if we come in here now, I'm going to go into the Newsround website today. So I'm going to click on Newsround's website, let it load, and then I'm going to have a little look today at what are you wearing for World Book Day. Okay, so here what I can do is if I press one of the words like so, and then highlight all those paragraphs there. You're given the options to copy, so you could copy the text into another app. You can look up, it'll do a wee search for you. You can share that text, but the one that we're wanting to do today is speak. And when I press speak, now it might not work because of the screen recording way that I'm doing it, but I can tell you, I can guarantee you.
It's World Book Day on Thursday the 4th of March and we want to know what you'll be wearing. World Book Day is an international...
And that means that all the text that is currently on that screen is being read out by the iPad, okay, using the Siri voice. And it's a really excellent tool to use for pupils who struggle with reading, struggle with comprehension, so that they're able to get the word read to them. It's also very good if there's maybe even a single word for a very competent reader that they maybe aren't sure on. So for example, international, if they were struggling to do that, they can just press speak.
International.
And that single word will be read out to them. Now, something else you can do within here is you can change the speaking rate. So you can make it go really fast. If you bring this line back up to the hair, you can go really slow.
Speak, selection, reads. Speak, selection, reads. Speak, selection, reads. Selected content.
What I'll probably suggest is if you go slightly to the left of the middle, that's a pretty good speed, I would say, for it, okay? So it's very, very simple. You turn on speak selection, choose your voice, choose your speaking rate, find what it is that you're wanting read to you. You just tap it, hold it in until you get the word speak there. You can do as much of the text as you'd like, and then press speak. And it works on basically every app, okay? So if I, for example, come into a Pages document now, and just choose a piece of work that I've got from previously. So if I come in and share you this literacy lesson that I had from the other week, I'll just let that download as well. And then once you're onto here, again, if pupils were wanting to listen to the learning intention, they highlight it, press speak.
Learning intention.
And it comes on. Okay, so it's really, really simple to use. It's something that I suggest that all pupils have on their own iPad because it's a really handy tool to have. That's your Inspire Q&A video for this week. If you do have any questions you'd like to ask for future editions, please email them across to me. My email is on the screen there, gw12 grahamroddy3@glow.sch.uk. Look out for the next video next Friday, and you can also subscribe to the channel if you would like. That means that you get the videos without getting the email from your head teacher, and you get them straight away once they're available. Obviously, I will email the link out as well to head teachers and get them to pass it on to you as well. Hope you found this video useful. Hope you've been enjoying the wee series of videos as well. And I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye bye.